So we've just had a few problems with this aquarium that's been running for around 5 months. The success of the aquarium has really been quite limited. There's been a little bit of a problem with the fish attacking each other, and the fish losses have just been on the high side. And what the problem really is that this tank's actually got very high surface tension. So if you actually look at the top of this tank, it's very, very flat, and you can see that the particles are just sort of slowly moving around on the surface. Now, that's a major issue for a marine tank. The reason being is a marine tank tends to run a very low saturated oxygen level. So we need to massively break this water surface to lower the surface tension to increase the amount of oxygen in the water. And if we increase the amount of oxygen in the water, then our redox potential is going to improve, which means our bacteria is going to work much faster and more efficiently. So therefore we've got more result from less bacteria. Therefore we've got less of a spiraling effect on your oxygen level. We've also got some decent sized fish in here, which are of course contributing to the oxygen level go down. Then the water goes up into a top filter. In this top filter grows a whole lot of good bacteria. So the good bacteria is oxidizing organics, so using the oxygen, so actually lowering the oxygen level. Then the water goes back down into the aquarium again, where there's a little bit of re-oxygenation, but there's nothing really oxygenating. There's a couple of little pumps here which are really not doing the job. So what we're doing is we're going to put a much larger water pump into this tank, and we're going to smash the water surface. So the water surface is really, really well agitated. That's going to improve our redox potential and allow the tank to hold more fish. It's going to provide a whole lot better water flow for the aquarium, and that's going to increase the capacity of the aquarium. So every single tank has got a capacity, which means we're allowed to keep a certain amount of fish in that tank, and we need to look at the various things that are going to hamper that capacity. So if we put more fish in this tank as is, the chances are the fish are going to die off because the capacity is fairly limited. Increasing our oxygen, increasing our redox potential is going to increase our capacity. Therefore this tank is going to stabilize much better. So we're also going to put a background on the back so we can't see the cords and stuff across the back, and that should really neaten the tank up. So the other issue was aggression, and so they did find a fair few of the fish were quite aggressive towards each other, which doesn't seem to be a problem now, but it was earlier. And the low oxygen level and redox potential is also going to exaggerate the fish's aggression, because if the fish are stressed because there's not enough oxygen in the water, that's going to also tend to make them more on edge and more aggressive towards each other. So aggression is really something you've got to watch. And if you lower the stress levels of the fish, that will often fix the aggression problems as well. But if you do have just a plainly aggressive fish, you've really got to look at getting it out. So trading it in with the aquarium shop or doing something like that, because it just really doesn't work when the fish are stressed from not only something such as oxygen, but from a purely aggressive fish. So if you do fix the stress and the fish is still aggressive, you've really got to look at getting it out. But other than that, this is an absolutely beautiful tank. Just going to have to keep an eye on this absolutely gorgeous dogface though, because dogface is like a bird, it's like a pet. Just keep an eye on that big set of chompers, because you wouldn't be too happy if he bit you. And just keep an eye on him. If you want to have a reef tank, you just got to really keep an eye on this guy. Make sure he doesn't chomp on too many things, invertebrates, corals, snails. Just really watch him, because if he starts causing trouble and you do want to have a reef tank, you just need to put that into consideration. But he's an absolutely beautiful animal, which they really get tame. They really eat out of your fingers. They really get to know you, and this is a spectacular specimen, this one.